Nestled in the San Pedro River Valley in southeastern Arizona is a small piece of heaven, unlike anywhere else on Earth, the Oasis Sanctuary. The Oasis Sanctuary is a life-saving refuge and permanent home to over 400 unwanted companion birds, mostly exotic parrots.
Hi, I'm Sybil Erden, founder and executive director at the Oasis Sanctuary. I'd like to talk to you today about our hopes, our dreams, about the work we do here at the Oasis. But most importantly, I'd like to talk to you about the many lives that we save. At the Oasis, it is our hope that every bird has a life of good health, companionship, and joy, free from the horrors of neglect and abuse.
Sadly, many of the beautiful creatures who come to the Oasis have physical and emotional injuries. Although some are simply homeless or unwanted, some are true rescued to save their lives. Many Oasis birds face certain death due to the loss of a caregiver, while others suffer a severe crippling handicap. Still others have behavioral problems unsuitable for life in the average home, or they are just aging and in need of special care. However, each and every one of these beautiful creatures has a unique personality, a strong spirit, and a life story to tell.
We believe that every captive exotic bird deserves a loving environment and the best care possible.
The dream that ultimately developed into the Oasis Sanctuary started when I was revising my will in the 1990s. Who would care for these birds I loved if I couldn't, and where would they go? These questions are now being asked more and more by concerned bird caregivers as the number of homeless and unwanted exotic companion birds continues to grow at an alarming rate, and as the population of avian-loving guardians all too often ages as well. The idea for a parrot sanctuary grew, and in 1997 became a reality in my 1-acre backyard in Phoenix, Arizona. The Oasis was the first avian rescue organization in the United States to become a 501c3 IRS nonprofit sanctuary for exotic birds. The Oasis has developed relationships with ethical programs around the country and is a founding member of a national rescue and sanctuary coalition known as the Avian Rescue Network, established to assure that all exotic parrots have a safe and caring home for a lifetime. Due to our high standards of care ethics and organizational stability, the Oasis Sanctuary is accredited by both the American Sanctuary Association, ASA, and the Association of Sanctuaries, TAOS. We are the first parrot facility in the country to hold dual accreditation. Life at the Oasis Sanctuary revolves around the birds, their needs, and their care. A typical workday at the Oasis begins very early in the morning with a walkthrough of the aviaries to check the health and safety of the birds. Fresh food is prepared every morning, and within an hour the feeding begins. Each and every bowl in each cage is removed daily and brought into the staging area where they are washed, disinfected, rinsed, and refilled. Nutritious food is cooked and mixed for the birds. Fresh produce is prepared daily. High-quality seed, pellet, and fresh filtered water are always provided to each bird. Afternoons are spent cleaning cages, power spraying, cleaning the staging area and hospital, or replacing perches and toys. Above all, the birds of Oasis are loved. Those who enjoy human company are played with and given treats by the Oasis staff. In fact, the high point of the day for most of the staff is time spent interacting with these playful birds. Today, the sanctuary has a dedicated on-site staff as well as important support personnel in Phoenix. Many of our team have given up the security and comfort of their previous lives to ensure the safety, stability, and loving care of the birds at the Oasis Sanctuary. Without their commitment and tireless effort, there would not be an Oasis. Due to the temperate climate of southern Arizona, the majority of birds are able to live outside under the pecan trees year-round. A 1,300 square foot bird building is provided for the birds needing more hands-on care. An 800 square foot prototype free flight aviary was built in 2003 for the small birds at the sanctuary, the budgies, cockatiels, and grasskeets. A 40 by 40 foot enclosure is now completed and will serve as a free flight home for the growing flock of African gray parrots in residence. Over the next few years, the Oasis goal is to create many more of these free flight enclosures, as well as a series of mini flights for smaller groups of parrots, to enable all the able-bodied birds to live in naturalistic flights of compatible species. A donated construction trailer has been renovated and serves as a 400 square foot hospital infirmary. The Oasis works closely with avian veterinarians in both Phoenix and Tucson. Visiting veterinarians from as far away as the University of Pennsylvania help maintain the health of the growing Oasis flock. While the Oasis survives solely on the donations and generosity of the public, birds are never accepted merely for financial consideration. The lack of other placement options for the birds always takes precedence. But the continuing health of the Oasis flock precludes the sanctuary from taking in birds with contagious, fatal diseases. The Oasis Sanctuary has grown to be the largest permanent placement facility in the United States. We are contacted regarding placement of over 1,000 exotic birds each year, but the Oasis can only take in about 40 of them. Today, it costs us approximately $20,000 a month to care for this ever-growing number of unwanted companion parrots. Our funds are used specifically for the care of the birds and the long-term development and stability of the facility. But there is so much left to do. As the number of birds in need of help grows, the Oasis needs additional free flight enclosures. The goal is to build at least one flight annually until all the able-bodied birds can live in naturalistic flocks. The sanctuary will also need a larger dedicated bird building for the growing number of elderly and disabled birds, with expanded kitchen facilities for food preparation and an enlarged laundry facility.
Today, the Oasis Sanctuary stands on the cusp of fulfilling its promise to create a world-class facility for homeless and unwanted exotic birds here in the United States.
Plans for a major expansion program at the Oasis that will support many more birds in need of permanent sanctuary are already in place. We are also developing an estate planning program entitled In Oasis We Trust. In the decades since the dream of the Oasis Sanctuary was born, the creation of this safe haven and refuge for intelligent, magnificent, and all too endangered birds has come to fruition through a groundswell of heartfelt, grassroots support. This has enabled the Oasis to grow from a backyard project to the most highly respected facility of its kind in the United States. We ask for your continued support and generous contributions to take the Oasis to the next level of development. We ask the leaders of business and the arts, whose success has enabled them to reach the pinnacle of their careers, for their help in order to provide refuge for the ever-growing number of unwanted, handicapped, and needy parrots. To help the birds of the Oasis, we need you, your energy, and your financial support. With the help of the avian-loving public, the Oasis will continue to have the resources to provide care for these magnificent birds for their lifetimes and beyond.
To learn how you can help the Oasis birds, please visit our website or contact us using the information now on your screen. I'm Sybil Erden. Thank you very much for your interest and for helping the Oasis birds. Eat that right. Eat that right.